Good morning, everyone. Today, we're going to shift the way we think about failure. Instead of viewing it as a roadblock, we are going to explore how failure can be transformed into a valuable learning experience, an opportunity for growth. By the end of this lecture, you will be able to understand the benefits of failure as a stepping stone to success, learn practical strategies to view setbacks in a positive light, gain insights into how embracing failure leads to personal development. Failure is something we all encounter, but how we respond to it can make all the difference. Failure is not the opposite of success. Rather, it's part of the process. When you attempt something new and fail, you gather information about what didn't work. This feedback is crucial for refining your approach and ultimately succeeding. Let's break it down with a fresh perspective. Think about failure as a test. When you get an answer wrong on a test, it doesn't mean you're incapable of learning. It simply highlights an area that needs improvement. With that feedback, you can go back, study the material more deeply, and perform better next time. The same concept applies to life challenges. Imagine you're a scientist conducting experiments. In science, not every hypothesis leads to the expected result. But this is rarely considered a failure. Instead, scientists view every experiment as a valuable source of data. When an experiment doesn't yield the desired outcome, it reveals something new that can guide the next attempt. The moral of this analogy is that failure is an experiment, not a verdict. Each time something doesn't work out as planned, it provides you with the data you need to adjust your approach and try again. The failure itself is an integral part of the discovery process. Let's explore the real-life example of Oprah Winfrey. Now, one of the most successful media muggles in the world. Early in her career, she was fired from her job as a television reporter because her bosses said she wasn't fit for television. Rather than seeing this as the end of her career, Oprah used this experience to push forward and eventually create her own platform, becoming the queen of daytime TV. The moral of Oprah's story is that rejection and setbacks don't define your future. They're often the catalyst for greater opportunities. By reframing her failure as a sign to pursue something different, Oprah discovered her true calling. One of the reasons failure can feel so devastating is because we tie our self-worth to the outcome. Instead, focus on the effort and learning involved. When you separate your identity from the result, it becomes easier to view failure as part of the journey. After experiencing failure, take a step back and reflect. Ask yourself, what went wrong? What could have I done differently? This reflection allows you to identify patterns or mistakes that can be corrected in future attempts. Use failure as feedback to set new, more refined goals. If you did not succeed in one area, ask yourself, how can you adjust your strategy moving forward? Each failure can guide you towards more achievable steps. Imagine working on a complex puzzle. Sometimes you try to fit a piece into a spot only to realize it doesn't belong there. This isn't a failure, it's just part of the process of solving the puzzle. You take the piece, set it aside, and try another approach. Eventually, you find where it fits. The moral here is that each failed attempt helps you narrow down what will work. Just like solving a puzzle, failure is part of finding the right path to success. Now, here's an assignment for you. Over the next week, Think about a personal or academic challenge where you encountered failure. Write a reflection on how you reacted initially and how you can reframe that failure as a learning experience. What lessons did you take away from it? And how can you apply those lessons to future challenges? Failure is not something to be feared or avoided. It's an essential part of growth. By framing it as an opportunity to learn, we can use our setbacks to drive us forward, leading to greater success in the long run. So the next time you encounter failure, don't ask, why this happened to me? Instead, ask, what can I learn from this? Remember, failure is not the end. It's just the beginning of a new opportunity.